Hi, Miss Carpino. For my final, I'm gonna be making beef Wellington with its red wine sauce, along with some oven baked potatoes and some spaghetti, a spinach and asparagus salad to go with it. And I'm not sure if I want to do fruit, but if I do, it'll most likely be just like fruit smoothie. So what you just saw was me cleaning up my kitchen. It was already clean, so I was just wiping it down, sanitizing it. So the first thing I did was I cut the fat off my steak, but I lost that clip because my phone crashed. So all you have is just me wrapping up the meat and putting it in the freezer. I didn't do a mise en place mostly because I was just in a hurry to get this done today, and so I just forgot to do it. I was gonna do another mise en place for before like I assembled the whole thing, but I was too much in the zone and forgot to do that. So here I'm just chopping some. I forgot what type of mushrooms are, but they're huge, so I only got two of them. Even though the recipe calls for a special type of mushroom, but I couldn't find that. Also I'm following Gordon Ramsay's recipe, which is a lot simpler than I thought it would be. So here I just have my mushrooms all finely diced, I think, and then I'm heating up the oil. And since I had to freeze the steak, I decided to use the fat to get some like flavor in the oil, because you're supposed to add the mushrooms after you sear the steak, but I did it reverse, and so that's what I'm doing right now. And I don't know how to do it deluxe, I think that's what it's called. So I just added. I thought I had enough mushrooms with one, but I added the other one, and so that's me just cooking up the second batch. And then right there in the pot, I have water steaming, or sorry, boiling, so I can steam a spinach mix, and that's also gonna be part of my vegetables. And that's about it for now. Okay, I realized that this clip of me just moving around the mushrooms is so long. I don't know how it happened, but I'm kind of stuck with it. So, I think you noticed, but I wasn't wearing my chef coat in the first few clips. That's mostly because I forgot about it. That was my bad. I should have had it ready when I was cooking, but at least I have it on now. The mushrooms is supposed to turn into a paste, which didn't turn out like that. Oh, so here I'm gonna sear my steak, and I realized while I was making it that this is my first time ever doing this, so I thought it would be nice to have my live reaction. I'm fine. Get away, Lily. Okay. Look at it. I don't know if you noticed, but right in the background, one of my dogs decided to come to the kitchen at that moment. And so I was so scared that somehow oil was gonna get on her. And so I kicked her out, but then she came back. And so I left my steak on the side for just a little bit too long. But it was okay, because I always like my meat just cooked thoroughly. Also, here you can see I have my puff pastry laid out and my Parma ham, or as also risotto. I think that's what it's also another name. Already prepped. And I'm just putting on the mushrooms, and then I'm adding Dijon mustard instead of English mustard, because I think English mustard is either like a specialty item or you have to make it, which I don't have access to. So here I am just large dicing my potatoes to put in the oven. You can't really see me doing that, so that was my bad in keeping the angles right. I guess these clips got out of order, but here I'm putting the steak and wrapping it up nicely. Here I'm just cutting the asparagus in half because I just want them nice and long, and I've coated them with salt, pepper, and olive oil, and I think I did like a splash of garlic salt on top of the potatoes, and I'm just gonna put them in the oven. A mistake I made was I forgot to move them around in the oven, so they got stuck to aluminum foil. Here you can see my beef Wellington, all fresh from the oven. Here I'm making a sauce. So originally I was gonna make the red wine sauce, but then looking at the instructions, I realized I don't have all the ingredients, and it takes an hour to make. So I don't have that time, since I just made a sauce concoction of my own. It's just simple, like ketchup, mayo. Oh, and here are my vegetables, fresh out of the oven, and I just stepped in pee. I'll be back. Oh, so you can see my vegetables all nicely cooked. I did leave them in longer than I was supposed to, so they're slightly burned, but I think they're fine. Oh, here I am cutting it, getting a nice cross section, and I for some reason thought a bread knife would work the best. Of course it doesn't, because it's not a loaf of bread, so I'm struggling a lot. And then I didn't put the puff pastry on like evenly, and so it all crumbled off on the edge. Here you can see my reaction. Oh, I can't believe it actually turned out so well. Here's a nice cross section. It's actually pinker in the edges than it was in the center, and the center was more cooked thoroughly. And here's my final plated plop. Oh my gosh, sorry. My final plated product, which I served to my dad and my brother, and all seemed to really enjoy it.